We had a winter storm come through our area, as many of you also did throughout the country, so we are staying put for several days. I'm going to use this time where we are stuck inside for a while, can't really get anywhere on the roads, as an opportunity to tackle so many organizing tasks that just got away from me this last season, probably into the fall. Staying on top of clutter is a constant thing with 11 people in one house. Things get lost, one sock missing, one mitten missing, clothes get holes, spices get used up and not replaced. Life is just plain messy. I haven't stayed on top of my home lately. Of course, I've done all of the regular things, the laundry, the tidying around the home. It's those spaces behind closed doors that are good enough, that work well enough, that just tend to get put on the back burner. Now, as a result, things feel very clunky. When we need to leave the house, I can't find the right shoes and coats. The other day, I spent a good 10 minutes coming up with hats and gloves for everyone before going to the ice skating rink. That's very inefficient and will simply not do. I'm going to get some bread going this morning and then start tackling all of these messy spaces. On these cold winter days when we are stuck inside, it's crucial that I have my pantry well stocked so I can make from scratch food. And one way that I'm able to do that is with Thrive Market, which is the sponsor of today's video. Thrive Market is a natural and organic online grocery store. Even though we can't go anywhere, I still have a lot to get done. I want to organize this entire house. So I need cooking from scratch to be simple. Thrive Market makes it easy by only allowing certain things on their website. So there are a whole list of ingredients that you're probably trying to avoid if you're health conscious like me, that Thrive Market just simply doesn't allow on their website, making it so easy for a busy mom to stay well stocked with quality ingredients. I love that on the Thrive Market website, you can sort by dietary preference. So if you are paleo, gluten-free, dairy-free, you can make it to where you only see those things. Plus, orders over $49 ship for free within the US. Groceries come right to your door, which is just so convenient, giving me plenty of time to work on other things that I need to work on for our family. I love to stock up on baking supplies, sourdough pasta, organic ketchup, and chips fried in avocado oil. I also add some snacks for really busy days that I can use to bail me out a little bit. They also have household items like parchment paper that I use all the time in baking. I like their organic whole bean coffee, as well as pantry staples like flour and avocado oil. There are so many things on the Thrive Market website that I can't find locally, plus they're for a way better price on Thrive Market. So when I get on the app, I can clearly see all the things that I usually buy. Makes it streamlined and easy. Thrive Market is offering Farmhouse on Boone viewers 30% off your first order plus a free gift worth up to $60 by using my link, thrivemarket.com/Farmhouse on Boone. I'll also leave it linked down in the description box below. First up is the spice cabinet. I think as homemakers, we tend to want things to be one and done. I've organized the spice cabinet, I've restocked, I've made everything lovely and accessible, and yet in a few months' time, there's a few half jars of everything bagel seasoning. There's a few things in there that we thought we'd use or were gifted that we ended up not using. There's a mixture of bags and bottles and pretty jars that I thought we could refill all the time. And turns out when I get something new, I just throw it in there. Now, as you can tell, I'm a bit of a messy person naturally. This isn't something that I do as I go. I know a lot of people, their houses don't get this way because they actually, each time they put something away, or anyone who cooks in their kitchen. I have teenagers, for example, so we have a lot of hands in our kitchen. But in some people's cases, everybody who accesses the spaces like this take care to kind of deal with this as it goes. We are not those people. So if something isn't specifically organized and redone, it will turn into a disaster, which is why I have lots of these days where, okay, I'm going to bring everything back into order, take care to set some time aside to do that. But ultimately, it is always surprising how little time one has to devote to make something really shine and be so much more efficient. For the spice cabinet, this just looks like taking inventory. What am I missing? What do I have 3 or 4 half bottles of that I could throw all together into one? We cook so often that we go through things, so I know nothing in here is all that old, so I'm confident that I can put them all together and then just have one jar of it, throwing away anything that we don't use, restocking anything that we need, wiping and cleaning the cabinet that they're actually in. I had hoped for a better before and after because ultimately it still looks like a cabinet full of spices, but it feels better. It feels like a cabinet that when I open it, I will have everything I need to make a from scratch meal and make it tasty. Next up, the shoe closet. And what do I say about this shoe closet? We have been living with it in this state for months now. It just felt like, what is even the point? Because every time we get home, we just throw the shoes back in there. And then when we need to leave, we just find the shoes. It does make each outing less efficient because there's a lot of shoes in here that I should have removed from the rotation probably in the fall when we were still wearing sandals. I don't really know what to do with things right now because if we're in the new house, and this is our joke about everything, in the new house, like as if everything's just going to change at the new house. We won't be dealing with any of the same problems and logistics, which is so not true, but it just gives us a way to put things off. But here I go. In the new house, I will have a bin down in the basement where we will keep off-season shoes. Now, this house does not have a basement. It does have other storage locations. There are closets, there's an attic. So really, technically, I should do this. But I think we also kind of have in our head that any second we're going to be moving to the new house. Well, that's not necessarily true. And I could have done this already back in October. So we do things like this. We trade everyday inconveniences for one 30-minute session where we could actually bring it back into order. I'm speaking for myself, maybe you don't, but I do. This closet just needed to be dealt with in so many ways. There were shoes in here that really no longer fit anybody, which is tricky in our family because we have 6 sons in a row, so there's always somebody to pass something down to. But there were shoes in here that the 2-year-old can't fit into anymore, and there's a long way before the baby will fit into them, plus the 2-year-old's a boy, the baby's a girl. I needed to be honest with myself and ruthlessly declutter this closet, pair shoes up to make sure that no shoes were missing. Right now, we go between 2 locations, so we're oftentimes at our farm, which is the build site, we call it the farm, and then we're here in between 3 different vehicles. We sometimes lose things, and I'll keep them for a really long time to make sure that we don't find the other one. And then another thing that I kind of mean to do, but don't end up doing, I think because we're on the 2nd level, is keep our shoes, and when I say our, I mean Luke and my shoes, in our closet instead of here in this closet. But what ultimately happens is when we're leaving the house, we want the shoes right there. So I think it'll be easier in the new house because our closet is on the main level. Plus it's a lot larger. The closet in this house is so small that you really can't fit anything in there. It's very inconvenient. So it's just not a great system, and I need to work with what we have and make it as functional as possible, which we're always doing. Even in the new house, our mudroom isn't that large. We have a lot of storage there. I'm really excited about the cabinetry that we're getting in there, but still we can't keep every pair of shoes that we want to own for all occasions in that one spot. Some will have to be dealt with and taken out of rotation, off season, things like that, and I've been pretty bad about that these last couple months. I always feel really good about my life and myself when I have everybody's coats and coveralls paired up, matched up on one hanger in order. So in age order, stacked up in the closet, easy to find. And I really wanted to do that today. One thing I noticed is we had 2 pairs of coveralls that the clasps were broken on. So I ordered new, and we fixed those. We got new laces for some of the shoes that were missing them. Just trying to take care of the things we have and make them usable, easily accessible, efficient, and organized. The shoe and coat closet is in the room that's right at the front of the house, so the door that we walk through all the time, and it's oftentimes left open. So having the visual of everything neatly organized, paired up, brings me a lot of joy and a lot of peace. Definitely worth the amount of time that it takes to do that at the end of each day. I really don't want to let it get to that state again, because when it's in that state, just kind of give up and think this is how it is, when really in reality, once you bring it back in order, it only takes 5 minutes or so at the end of each day. With the help of the kids, of course, they can do it too when they know what to do, when it's not in that state. Everybody kind of knows how to do it, what to do, but you hate to just give up on it. And that's what I think we did. Now, for years, I have been throwing all of the gloves and the hats in one bin. When we moved to this house, I threw it in the bottom drawer here. We just have this spot right in the middle of the house, which is really nice. It's a really good storage drawer for hats and gloves. But I haven't gone in and paired up gloves, found the gloves that we don't end up using. We have way too many hats for the number of kids that we have. We just get them and throw them in here. I don't even know where they all come from, but this is the spot they go. Everybody knows that. So they just throw them in. And at some point, a mom clean is necessary, going through, thinking, do we actually use this? Does this belong in the winter bin? We have dirt bike gloves in here as well because they're gloves and this is where gloves go, but there needs to be a designated spot for dirt bike gloves so that whenever we are thinking about going ice skating, I'm not filtering through and brushing past dirt bike gloves when we really only need winter gloves. We go to my parents every week, and lately we've been going even more because they have a pond that we can skate on, and one of the kids or me or Luke will gather up everybody's stuff and we'll pair it back together again. These are the snow pants. This is the snow coat, which is kind of different from the Carhartt coat. So therefore it needs to be in a different spot, which I also did. And here's so-and-so's gloves, and here's so-and-so's hat. And technically, what would be way more efficient is just everything in there is what you grab. There's nothing in there that we don't need. And it's hard sometimes to get rid of perfectly good hats, perfectly good gloves. But what I am doing is having a designated snow bin that they can be stored away so that in the drawers that are right in the middle of the house is just all the stuff we need right now. We can store away other things for a future time, but they should not be in the regular rotation. I have to constantly remind myself it's worth doing this. It's worth making every time we leave the house in the winter a lot easier. I just needed a good snow day to tackle it. Another issue that we constantly have in our home is batteries and chargers. We get remote control cars. There are speakers that they listen to audiobooks on. There's a hoverboard, a keyboard, a portable DVD player. My mistake that I have made is allowing everyone to access the cords, and this just turns them into a jumbled mess. What I find around the house are a lot of batteries, a lot of cords, and when you need to find the right cord, you seem to not be able to find it. It's a constant source of frustration for me, and I decided I could just take this out of the rotation. Now, one thing I am doing is a time will tell bag. This is something that Dawn from Minimal Mom talks about. I have some cords, I don't know where they go, but I'm gonna put them up high in a bag, and if suddenly someone says, hey, where's my cord for such and such? I'll look in there, but eventually I'm gonna get rid of all of them. I am so glad that I tackled these problem areas in our home. I'm feeling so much more organized. Now that the weather is gonna warm up a bit more, we're gonna get outside more easily. Thank you so much for stopping by our home.